2 strikes, and of course you got to have the eagle motif, of course. Come on. After the eagle landed on James in Minnesota.
His last outing, they were able to say, hey, a lot. 11 strikeouts for James.
See if he comes out of the gate with the good hard heat here. First pitch strike as we get this party started here. DJ LeMahieu leading off. Rockies playing well. They've won 4 consecutive games, 7 of the last 8 and 11 of the last 16. Topsy-turvy. National League West, they're 3.5 behind Arizona and 2.5 behind the Dodgers, sitting in 3rd place. Mayhew 1 for 4 last night. Paxton 2 previous starts. So look at Bud Black, the manager of the Rockies. Got to Colorado after a near miss with Washington. He's going to go down there for the 16 season, and then late negotiations, they put salary on the table. He said, we're not doing this. Dusty Baker wound up getting a job. But now here in Colorado.
Good sign for James, already hitting 95 miles an hour in the first inning. His average fastball 96. Slider and curveball. It's a knuckle curve.
Rockies without Trevor Story, their shortstop, got hit by a pitch on his right foot last night's game, got a contusion, so he's unavailable today. Payoff pitch here to LeMahieu. Fouled off. Last night the Rockies 7 runs on 13 hits. Mariners are run on 8 hits. Herman Marquez pitched a heck of a ball game. Pick up his 7th win. Felix Hernandez took the loss, his 7th loss.
For the Rockies, we saw a lot of this last night. Some long at bats, making the pitchers, the Mariners pitchers, throw a lot of pitches and working counts.
3-2 pitch. Fouled off.
James is going to challenge him. 97. That last fastball.
Good to see that number early.
Yes.
Right out of the gate. Paxton beat the Rockies May 31st last year, going 5 1/3. His 3rd career start against Colorado. Here we go, 3-2 one more time. Guillermo Heredia over to his right. 1 down.
And jammed him with another good fastball. Right-handers hitting just 187 against Paxton this year. He has been dominating them. The big reason why is he will pitch inside. Charlie Blackmon, one of the 3 left-handers in the lineup.
Tell me why the 313 left-handers against.
I think I was looking at some charts today with James, and I thought that would change. In the past, we've seen some of that from him, but with the arm angle where he's at and the dominance that he's had with his fastball and how good his slider has been this year, I think if you look at the charts, he pitches away to the left-handers quite a bit, and I think at the velocity at where he's at, and he calls it a cutter, but it shows up as a slider. Everything away. So we're seeing base hits going the other way back up the middle off of James from the lefties. You'll see him try to start crowding them a little bit more, especially as we get into the second half.
Start building a house on the inside corner.
There you go.
1-1.
There's a good fastball right on the inside corner at 95 miles an hour. Sorry, Dave.
The other thing too that jumps out at you about this Colorado club, 73 runs in the first inning, leads the major leagues. Dangerous.
Ready to hit.
Foul tip. Statcast powered by AWS. There's defensive alignment.
We're going to see a little bit more of that with the left-handers today. We saw the fastball in at 95, and then it was the slider 89 on the outside corner. Set up away again. Another slider. That was on the corner. Didn't get the call. Good pitch.
Marty Foster, home plate umpire today. Joe West at first. Mark Ripperger at second, and Doug Eddings at third.
And the slider right on the outside corner.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Fought off. Blackmon, a career 1 for 4 against James Paxton.
That fastball middle in, not quite to the corner, but at 97, still a late swing.
2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him the weak wave. It's strike 3.
I think that is just a great combination against the left-handers. Dave, as you mentioned, hitting over 300. Here's the adjustment after a couple of fastballs. Again, at 97 miles an hour, he goes to the slider just off the outside corner. It's so difficult to lay off of that pitch.
Brings up one of the premier players in the game, Nolan Arenado. What a year. 5th in batting, 1st in home runs, tied for 1st in RBIs in the National League. 2nd in multi-hit games, just getting done all over. Went 1 for 5 last night.
And James challenged him right away. High fastball at 95.
One. Mariners lost last night, just their 2nd loss in the last 11 games. 10 of the last 13. There's a 1-1. Work that corner. Oh, 2 strikes. Good crowd this Saturday afternoon. 2 out, nobody on, 1st inning. The top hitters in the game. Paxton deals 1-2. Fouled off. Impressive offensive profile for these Colorado Rockies. 4th in batting, 4th in runs, 5th in hits, 4th in homers, 4th in the majors batting average runners in scoring position at 268. Dead last in ERA. 29th in the majors. 1-2 pitch. Perfectly placed. And you roll mine. And a 1-2-3. 1st inning. No D. Gordon, so we'll see how Gene Segura leads things off for the Mariners when we come back. Kyle Freeland, 8-game winner. He's won 2 of his last 2 decisions. Taking the mound here at Safeco Field against the Mariners. We take a look at the Mariner batting order.
Mariner starting lineup brought to you by Jack in the Box, and some changes to the starting lineup. By the way, the Mariners can swing it also. They are 3rd in the American League in hitting. Gene Segura going to lead things off. D. Gordon getting the afternoon off. Mitch Haniger back in the lineup. He's missed the last couple of games. Good to have Mitch back in the lineup hitting 2nd. Kyle Seager, the cleanup hitter today, hitting .276 with 5 home runs versus left-handers. Kyle Freeland again, his average fastball 92 miles an hour, slider changeup, 8-6 record, a 3.25 ERA, 84 strikeouts over 33 walks. Opponents hitting .234 against the left-hander.
Segura first pitch swinging, pops it up. It's out of play. Scott Service was funny talking about, hey, I want to get a lineup together, get so many guys injured. There's former Mariner Chris Iannetta. Check swing.
Gene wasn't sure where it had gone. He thought it was a foul ball.
One away. Interesting watching Freeland's windup. He's got a little Japanese pitcher spiced in there with that little kick hesitation that he has.
Again, for him, he has pitched well over his last 4 outings. He's been their most consistent pitcher, a ground ball type pitcher. Pretty good athlete, can field his position. Average move to first.
Working from the third base side of the rubber. Here's Mitch Haniger back after missing a couple of games with a bruised knee. Looks at strike one. Went 1 for 5 in his last start on Wednesday against the Angels. Good to have him back. Mitch still second in the American League. RBIs with 62 behind J.D. Martinez. There's a solid smash up the middle, base hit. Welcome back, Mitch Haniger.
Yeah, missing a couple of days. Didn't bother his timing at all. Solid line drive base hit. Romero Supermo.
Good swing. 1 out, 1 on, brings up Nelson Cruz. Ellie wearing the long pants this afternoon. Had him buckled just below the knee last night. Went 0 for 4.
That explains it.
Inside ball 1. Scott Service talking about putting a team together. Segura's got some problems. Seager with the toe, Gordon with the hips, Haniger bruised knee. Zunino, as you know, DL'd out till after the All-Star break.
It sounds like the All-Star break is coming to the Mariners at the right time.
Scott was saying the Mariners have been able to take advantage of other teams who have had multiple injuries like this. Now it's the Mariners' turn. Now he's got a good count here, 2-0. He's 0 for 1 against Kyle Freeland. He's been seeing a lot of breaking balls again. 2-0 count. Not seeing the heater.
Mentioned Freeland. A 2 ERA over his last 4 outings. His ground ball percentage has gone up, so more double plays. He's going to try to pitch down in the zone. Nelson off the plate right there.
3-1.
Good slider and changeup.
Mariners losing last night. Houston winning last night. Mariners now 2.5 behind first place. Houston in the American League West. 3-1 to Nelson Cruz.
EQC tracer. You can see that last pitch right at the bottom of the zone. Mentioned the last 4 outings for him. His first 13 starts in the numbers, but his last 4 opponents hitting just 2.08, ERA at 2, and then hard hit percentage only at 13%. So he has really pitched well, commanding the fastball and mixing it up.
3-2 pitch here to Cruz. Swing and a miss. 2 down. First strikeout for Freeland.
Another off-speed pitch. Looks like the slider down out of the strike zone. Mariners know the numbers that we've been talking about, so they're going to try to elevate the fastball if they can.
Seager 0 for 4 in last night's game. 233, 16 homers, 53 runs batted in. Shift LeMahieu, the second baseman, into short fielder on the right side. Outfield deep. Freeland a winner here at Safeco Field last June 1st. 6 innings, 2 runs, 6 hits. Gave up a home run to Heredia. Got at Thomas Jefferson High School in Denver and went to the University of Evansville in Evansville, Indiana. 2-1.
Trying to work the outside corner on Kyle. Kyle with 5 home runs against left-handers this year, hitting 276.
Freeland, the leading winner on the Rocky Ball Club with 8 W's next to his name. For first, Haniger back safely.
I think typically, Damon, you were talking about the injuries for the Mariners, kind of banged up right now. And average move for Freeland. You look at Chris Iannetta behind the plate. 20 runners have tried to steal this year, and he's only thrown out 4. So typically the Mariners would try to run on him, but I'm not sure they're healthy enough to do that.
It's a good runner, but bruised knee. D's going to sit out most, if not all, this game. Segura, 14 out of 21. It's been a viable weapon. See if Kyle can take advantage of this 3-1 count.
Everything away from him.
Full count, 3-2.
The reason why Freeland has been tough lately. Last pitch, 3-1 count. Throws him a slider. It's a quality pitch. It's borderline at the knees on the corner.
Lefty's hitting 223, couple home runs given up by Freeland to left-handers. Haniger not holding him on. He goes 3-2 pitch, taken down low for ball 4. Couple of men aboard here for the Mariners. A chance for Ryan Healy here. But Black, good left-hand pitcher in his day. Longtime Padre manager before coming over here to Colorado. But second year with the Rockies. Here's Ryan Healy. 245, 17 homers and 41 runs batted in. Bouncing ball, backhanded. Whoa, no. Arenado did get the runner on the shoulder as Pat Valaika went the short way to get the final out of the first inning. Arenado.
Trevor Story has scratched their normal shortstop, so Valaika filling in, and he will make the backhanded play. But Arenado, the Gold Glover at third, watch, he will point to second base. He didn't think he was going to get back in time, but he throws it to him anyway, and a great adjustment by Arenado. Just getting the lead runners. He tags him on the shoulder, get Haniger on the shoulder to end the inning. But almost a miscommunication right there by the backup shortstop.
Good thing Arenado's a good athlete, huh? Swing and a miss by Ian Desmond. And clearly
he was pointing towards second.
Dude, I want no part of this.
Well, with Ryan hitting, he was playing deep.
Sure.
And he was kind of backpedaling. I think he even lost track of where he was at, but it's a pretty good adjustment.
Desmond, broken back ground ball to Healy. Quick one out. Bring the whole family to the ballpark on Sunday, July 22nd for Boeing Salute the Kids Day when the Mariners host the White Sox at 1:10. All kids 14 and under, they're going to receive a Mariners cap. Then, thanks to Key Bank, you know what? They're going to be invited to run around the bases after the game. So get your tickets at mariners.com. Nothing like watching a kid's eyes, or even an adult, when they're on a big league field for the first time.
It's great, isn't it?
I still dig it, I tell you. After all these years. Chris Iannetta, swing and a miss. Chris with the Mariners. 94 games in the 16 season, hit .210, 7 homers, 24 runs batted in. Since then, went on to Arizona. Now in his second tour of duty with Colorado.
I tell you, Dave, that as long as we've been doing this, I still enjoy going down onto the field and standing behind the backstop and just looking around. One obviously brings back some memories, but just to be that close to watch the guys work out every day is a lot of fun.
Right. And the other thing too that always blows me is, man, these are the best guys in the world that do what we watch. And when you get down on the field, you can remember some good fields I played on as a kid and some not so good fields today. And this thing is perfect.
It's perfect. Yep.
Strike 3 called. Backs with a second strikeout. First look.
Well, it is apparent that James has his good stuff. And right there is his slider / cutter on the outside corner. Primera Supermo. Marty Foster, the home plate umpire. And he's topped out at 97 miles an hour. Good slider today.
Carlos Gonzalez, Cargo, DHing today. Gonzalez 2 for 5 in last night's game. RBI double, 9th inning. It's a heck of a list right here. Whole bunch of Houston ball starters.
96 at the top of the zone. And we were talking about James and his health and staying healthy. He has an opportunity today to get a career high in single season strikeouts. He just needed 6. And here we are in the first week of July.
I like it.
Yeah.
During the whole off season, I think that was anybody who follows the Mariners, who's a fan, covers them, that was one of the top concerns coming into this season. 0-2 pitch. Two out, nobody on. Paxton has retired the first 5 men that he's faced.
Let's see if he goes back to the slider.
The 0-2. Here's Andreoli towards the line. Nice adjustment with the sunglasses on and dealing with that wind out there. When we come back, Guillermo Heredia will lead off with the Mariners. And it's nothing. folks in the Maple Grove enjoying their big left-handers first couple of turns through the order here. And a reminder to cheer on the team and round your way to home. Sound Transit Day Pass, learn more at soundtransit.org. Guillermo Heredia, followed by John Andrioli and David Freitas. 6, 7, and 8 here in the second inning against Kyle Freeland. Mariners got a base hit from Henniger, center field, with 1 out in the first, and then a walk to Seager. But could not capitalize in the first. That really looks heavily Japanese influence of that kick he's got, Freeland.
Well, that'll be one of the few times you see an elevated fastball from him. Again, a very good ground ball pitcher. Typically he wants to be down in the zone, and we saw that in the first inning.
2-2 to Heredia, 1 for 3 in last night's game. Two. Pulled down the line, foul. No sooner, a couple of days ago, when Scott Service talked about he wanted to see Guillermo pull the ball a little bit more and hit it with authority, and putting it in play hard. To his pull side, 2-2 pitch. Charlie Blackman, a couple steps. One down here in the Mariners second. Now your next chance to add to your Mariners bobblehead collection, it's coming up on July 21st. First 20,000 fans better get here early. They're going to get a bobblehead featuring blazing fast second baseman D. Gordon. It's all brought to you by Root Sports. So slide into Mariners.com for your tickets. No deep today, at least not at the beginning of the game. It's a hip situation as David Freitas did catching here today. He's on deck.
Dave, we were talking about getting a chance to go down to a big league field and different things that you and I get to experience. This is foul dog. I was talking to Gary Hill today, part of the pregame show on the radio side of things, and Gary was talking about David Freitas. And last night, there's Gary. Gary probably one of the last ones to leave the ballpark last night. But
no
he said
question.
about 11:40, 11:45 last night. He was doing some work in the booth, and out on the top step of the dugout comes Owen Freitas, 3-year-old son of David Freitas. David was announcing Owen to go to home plate, and the kid come running out, right, goes to home plate, and then started throwing batting practice on the field. 11:40-45.
Can't beat it.
And David was telling Aaron today that he did that because when he was down at Tacoma, they have a wiffle ball field, and after the games they would always go over to the wiffle ball field, so he wanted to continue to do that.
Nice.
But it's a pretty cool thing when you think about these guys, and they spend so much time away from their families that when they're at home they get a chance to come out and do things like that. But it's really cool to see something like that, you know, on a late night, coming back with a day game. Pretty neat.
Andrioli 2-2, made his debut back on May 23rd at Oakland, going 1 for 3. Young man out of Worcester, Mass.
I wish I could have heard David, though, be part of the PA announcement of introducing his son to home plate.
He's my little squirt. My little home run hitter.
Yeah.
Great experience. I'll never forget it.
Yeah.
Nick Rumbelow sent down, said the Mariners would go one less reliever. Bring up Andrioli, good athlete. Swings and misses here in a 3-2 pitch. 2 out, second strikeout for Freeland.
He is making the point of if he gets behind in the count, he is not going to give in. Seen the off-speed pitch a number of times. He's been behind. Change-up slider for him.
We talked about the other day, that information, guys are seeing that and they're exchanging information on that. So it's going to be interesting to see some guys maybe sit on that pitch as we move forward before maybe he makes another adjustment.
Well, and he will. You look at the numbers overall. First time through the lineup, he throws his fastball 58% of the time. Second time through, it drops all the way down to 48. So he's going to start mixing in his off-speed pitches even more at the beginning of counts.
You bet.
So they'll have to adjust to that also.
2-0. Strike 2-1.
Like a changeup, 86 miles an hour, his average fastball at 92, and he throws a changeup behind 2-0 and able to throw it for a strike, which is a real key, and a quality strike at that.
Freitas has been on the Tacoma-Seattle shuttle. This is his 24th game. 217, no homers, 3 runs batted in. He does have 4 doubles. Look out.
Three and one. Was a fastball in off the plate. 3-2 count so far this afternoon. He's gone to his off speed, whether it's the slider or the changeup.
Full count to Freitas, making his first appearance since June 17th against Boston. He went 2 for 4 in that game. It was here at Safeco Field.
And the changeup. Looking at his numbers over his last 4 starts, and he's really pitched well, and you start to look at the trends for him, and that's the one thing that he's been able to do to mix it up. And a real key for that, we talked about it with Marco Gonzalez also, is you have to be able to throw strikes, and obviously he has command of all 3 of those pitches.
His last 2 starts, he dueled against Madison Bumgarner. No decision 2 starts ago and beat him last time. Strike 3 called. Freitas gone, so are the Mariners. 3 strikeouts for Kyle Freeland. Both guys on top of their games. Couple of lefties today at Safeco Field. Mike Flowers, as we thought, both of these left-handers off to good starts here this afternoon.
Well, yeah, for the Mariners, one time through the lineup now against Freeland, and he has looked really good. Pax has been terrific already. He's topped out at 97, 30 pitches for him, 23 strikes, 6 batters faced, 5 first pitch strikes. He is on his game.
Good to see, and the velocity is where you want to see it. Bottom third of the order, Pat Valleca, Gerardo Parra, and Noel Cuevas. Paxton 6 up, 6 down, a couple of strikeouts. Valleca 133, a homer, 2 runs batted in. Pat playing in his 43rd game. Pat at shortstop today. Trevor Story out with foot contusion, got hit on the back foot last night's game by a ball, and just out of the reach. Romine, first base hit, first base runner for the Rockies.
Base hit on a fastball, 94 miles an hour on the outside corner. Andrew Romine getting the start at second base, playing towards the middle of the diamond. Primera Supermo and the swing by Valleca. He has struggled this year, but a solid line drive, base hit into right.
D. Gordon, some hip issues. We might see him late today. Scott Service said real good chance. High probability CD tomorrow. Here's Parra, left fielder. 299, 5 homers, 38 runs batted in. D not sliding last night. Scott Service said D's already apologized to me 3 times, and that was at 11:15. So he may apologize even more since then.
Well, that's just a good veteran player, understanding. Made a mistake, it happens.
In early, got in all his work too, which is a normal occurrence. 1-0. That's in the corner there. 1-1. That's putting up some numbers since May 1, 4th in the majors. 0.93 whip. Held opponents to 198 batting average. 8th lowest in the majors. 1-1. Took something off it, hung it, paid for it. Andrioli gets it back in.
Slow curveball, 81 miles an hour. This is something that we've seen from James this year against left-handed hitters. He's been so great, but lefties hitting over 300, and a couple of pitches away from Parra right there. First one was a fastball, comes back with a fastball again, and then that slow curveball out over the plate.
Lefties coming in 313, righties 187 batting average against Pastime. Good right fielder Noel Cuevas. Seager coming in at the cut. Bunt, and it's a good one. Grass slowed it up. Base hit. Bases loaded. Kyle thought he'd get a couple more revolutions there and it would go out of play.
And that was spinning sideways. You'll see the line and how close it is to the cut of the grass, and Kyle knows that if it hits that cut at all, it will go foul. You see it spinning that way, and it just barely stays fair. And it'll be spinning, and then Kyle sees the spin. It was going to be a difficult play. Just stays right there. Doesn't quite reach the cut.
Got some work to do now. DJ LeMahieu, leadoff man, 8 homers, 33 runs batted in with 19 doubles. Strike one.
LeMahieu with a couple of RBIs last night.
Colorado 286 as a team, bases loaded. Popped up, shallow center. Already calling everybody off. Good job. One out. Or double play, ground ball. Get out of this thing.
Quality hitter, able to pop him up. And you're right, a double play will work. I really like the combination that James used the first time against Charlie Blackmon, a really good hitter that was stepping into home plate, the left-hander. Good fastball, 95 to 97 inside, and then the slider away to get the strikeout.
Well, given the damage we've seen Blackmon, the National League batting champion, do last year and throughout his career, I'm trying to remember. It seems like he does a great job, as you mentioned, middle away. Curious to see how he handles some heat in the inner third.
Well, his first at bat, he struggled with it. It was a plus fastball at 97.
Flip that one foul.
Starts him off with a slider, probably thinking more in because of the first at bat. It's a lot of fun to watch a pitcher and hitter kind of go through the paces, and he's down and away from him, starting to swing a little bit early, barely getting a piece of it.
I don't see the Rockies a lot, but if you read the National League leaderboard, he's a regular. Strike two.
I think now you're right, he is. He's one of the best players in the game. But right now he has to be thinking about his 2 sliders away from him off the plate, and he's still thinking that fastball at any moment, and 97 in on his hands. but knowing that he has to protect. So we'll see what James wants to do right here.
Bases loaded, 1 out. Defending National League batting champion Charlie Blackmon. Big spot here for Paxton. But another one going foul.
I think on that one, though, he wanted it well off the plate away, tried to get him to chase it, but it was on the corner, so still able to foul it off. He wanted to expand the zone a little bit more, pick up a strikeout if he can.
Blackmon led the majors with 213 hits last year. He's a good one. Big spot for Paxton. 0-2 to Blackmon.
There it is.
And a miss. He struck him out.
That is a great combination. Terrific execution of what he was trying to do. Slider, 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 and now here's the fastball. 97, elevated on the inside corner. That is a strike. Right on the corner, Primera Supremo, and you can see the late swing.
He outgunned him. Really did. 2 outs. Still not out of the woods. Here's Arenado. Home run leader, co-leader in RBIs. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Strike 1. What a battle this is. Gets a good hitting team. Paxton delivers down low. Man, that was a big out against Blackmon. 1-1 pitch here. Arenado, breaking ball in there. Strike 2.
Good curveball. When you talk about LeMahieu, Blackmon, and Arenado, you're talking about 3 of the best hitters in the National League, not just on this team, but in the league.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. One-two pitch with the bases loaded. Up high, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Take a look at Arenado. One of the things that makes him such a good hitter. Came into the game hitting .310. As you can see by this chart, he stays out towards left center. Hit the ball the other way a lot, but left center will keep him on the breaking ball.
Here we go. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The bases loaded. That's championship baseball right there. Couple of strikeouts of 2 of the premier hitters in the National League. Young Jeremiah, he's on board. He's digging it. No score here at Safeco Field. telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners. May not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. Andrew Romine to lead off. He's at second base today. D. Gordon. Hip issues. Good news, we'll see D tomorrow. And how about Romine acquitted himself quite nicely on a road trip when Segura was out. That was the Boston part of the trip. It's impressive. 5 hits up there.
When he came into the game for D, had a chance to hit last night in a line drive into left field for a base hit.
First pitch too. How about that? Jumped all over it. Still my favorite moment at Yankee Stadium when he punched his brother in the chest. First time his brother was the catcher for the Yankees.
I got to win in September. It was September. That'll happen again.
Oh, absolutely. 7, 8, 9 of September. Ball and 2 strikes. Up the middle. There's the shortstop Valleca. Throws him out. Time now for CenturyLink. What's next? We'll wrap up the series tomorrow. Antonio Senzatella will take on Wade LeBlanc. He of the new contract. He's got a 4-0 mark. And he's been one of the great surprises this season, and a nice pickup by Jerry DiPoto and his staff.
This will be the second time through the lineup. Segura, the leadoff hitter today, with D. Gordon out. A bit of a check swing his first time up, grounding out to the pitcher. And starts him off with another breaking ball.
Up high to Gene, third leading hitter in the American League. And Lindor, multi-hit games leaders with 36, along with J.D. Martinez. Gene with 113 hits, second to Altuve at 119. Off the fifth. That is LeMahieu turning and couldn't get back to the bag. Ian Desmond, base hit for Gene Segura. Nice play by LeMahieu. He's a big man at 6'4", playing second base.
Well, poor Gene, another base hit, and he can do it in a lot of different ways. And that really jammed him. Primera Supermo. Desmond, the first baseman, thought he was going to catch it in the air. LeMahieu making a fine play, but Desmond not able to find the base, and Gene beats him to it for an infield hit.
Here's Mitch Haniger. 1 out, 1 on. Mitch with a base hit in center field, first time up. We're talking about the run game. See if they turn Segura loose. He's 14 out of 21.
Start of the game, we're talking about the overall health of the club, and a lot of the guys are banged up right now, so we'll see how much they want to run. Iannetta has thrown out 20% of base stealers this year, and Freeland just an average move to first. Good athlete, but average move.
That sounds like a good recipe.
Yeah, if your legs are underneath you, if you're able to push off and get the top speed. I think if you're not in that position, you don't want to chance it, especially if you're towards the top of the lineup like Gene, because now you have Haniger and Cruz due up. Let them swing the bats, especially with the lefty out there. He's really throwing the ball well today, mixing it up.
Haniger with a 2-0 count. Nelson Cruz on deck. Wind not a factor today here at Safeco Field. It was blown out to left center yesterday. 2-0. Good change of speed right there.
Yeah, it's not going to give in to you. You fall behind is going to be a changeup or a slider, typically down bottom of the strike zone or even down out of the strike zone. So many times hitters, for good reason, that's why they call them hitters counts. They're going to be a little more aggressive, and he's just changing speeds, not giving them the fastball.
Gurd first, 1 out, 2-1 pitch to Haniger. Here we go, 2-1. Count evens. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
2-0 change up, and then right back with a fastball on the inner half of the plate. His fastball has been 91 miles an hour this afternoon.
Two pitch. Crowded him. Full count. Top of 4th, Houston 4-0 over the White Sox. Not a surprise. Cleveland 2-0 over Oakland. Dodgers, Angels later on tonight.
Next pitch will be 50. Another 3-2 count. Nelson Cruz waiting on deck. He's gone to his changeup or his slider in this count so far. We haven't seen the fastball. See what he wants to do here.
Gene holds and pitch taken down low.
This is with the changeup. Good at bat.
Second walk by Freeland. Nice setup here for Nelly. 1 out, 2 on. Cruz struck out on a 3-2 pitch. Baseball's 2 biggest events of the summer. They're back to back. The action begins at the T-Mobile Home Run Derby July 16th at 5 p.m. Then catch baseball's biggest stars at the 89th MLB All-Star Game presented by MasterCard. July 17th. Coverage it begins at 4:30 p.m. Pacific time. Mr. Cruz. Ball 1. Boomstick cheer going back and forth here at the ballpark. 1-0 pitch here to Nelly. And a 2-0 count. That pretty much covers it right there. 22 homers, 53 runs batted in. Nelson Cruz, top 10 in home runs. Just outside the top 10 in RBIs. 2-0. Broken bat, ground ball to Valleca. Flips to LeMahieu. Over to Desmond for the 6-4-3 inning-ending double play. 4th inning coming up, no score. Seattle Mariners baseball and Root Sports is brought to you by the National Electrical Contractors Association, Cascade Chapter, investing in our future. By Safeco Insurance, find a local agent at safeco.com. Do more. And by Steel, find your local Steel dealer. Visit steeldealers.com. Good look at the activity at the Pacific Science Center right here in Seattle in the shadow of the Space Needle. Great place. How about James Paxton pitching out a bases loaded trouble in the third inning. Gave up 2 singles and a bunt single to load him up. Then he went fly ball center field, strikes out Blackman, strikes out Arenado. He's got Ian Desmond here leading off in the 4th. Desmond grounded out to Healy, first time up. 1-1. See the Rockies next weekend in Denver. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That'll wrap up first half. Take us right into the All-Star break. Off-speed pitch hit through the hole for a base hit. Time now for a Coors Light refreshing finish, and let's relive that third inning. It was impressive the way he got out of trouble, Mike.
Well, every now and then, as for a starter, you're going to have an inning, maybe 2. You're out there for 7 or 8 that you're going to be in trouble and have to pitch your way out of it. And James able to do that. Lazy fly ball, a couple of strikeouts with the bases loaded, nobody out, and works his way out of it without giving up a run. That might have been the 1 inning for him. Typically that will be the case, and it's one of the reasons why he's been one of the best. Getting in some trouble, everybody, that will happen to them. But can you get out of it? And James has done a really nice job of that. Now it's 3 of the best hitters that he's probably going to face this year.
Tell you what, if that's not an emotional lift, I don't know what is.
Well, for James, who doesn't show a lot of emotion, you could see the fist pump as he ended up getting that last strikeout of Arenado.
That was big. Biggest spot outside maybe the no-hitter that he's had all year. Arenado took a called third strike his first time up. It's an 0-2 hold.
It's fun to see James out there with the fist pump like that. The emotion that he is showing now. Another step forward for him is something that Mel and Scott both wanted to see, and he started doing some of that last year. More of it this year, especially in big situations.
Up high, and the thing, you know this as well as anybody, the rest of the league sees that. The big boy's out here. He's not messing around.
That's exactly right.
No runs, 4 hits for Colorado. No runs, 2 hits for the Mariners. 1-2 pitch here to Arenado. Did he go? Marty Foster said yes, you did.
Well, we mentioned it. With right-handed hitters, 187. They're hitting just 114 off of his slider, and a big reason why is because of the fastball. Sets it up with the fastball back at 90 miles an hour with the slider. He will typically try to throw it to the back foot of the right-hander, and you'll see a lot of this Primera Supremo, them trying to check their swing because they have to cheat to get to the fastball and not able to hold up.
5 Ks for Paxton. He struck out 3 of the last 4 that he's faced. 1 out, 1 on. Carlos Gonzalez slide out to left.
Gonzalez, his first time up, James just stayed away from him, hitting the fly ball to left field. See if he switches up and tries to throw a couple of fastballs inside.
Runner goes. Double clutch by Freitas. Couldn't get out of his gloves. In front of the bag, dives back.
He thinks he tagged him.
Desmond.
Scott holding things up.
Second base umpire Mark Rippiger.
Out in front of the base, well out in front of the base, trying to work his way around the runner, I think. The throw back into the runner, and he reaches back. He ends up tagging him, but it looks as if his hand maybe is in there. And that will be a stolen base. Priority, once the throw is offline, is for Gene to try to keep it on the infield, and that's the reason why he had to work his way around the runner to make the catch.
He made a good adjustment,
yeah.
So did Desmond. Desmond saw what was happening. Gonzalez 0-1. Took something off it. And Cargo hit it hard. Desmond coming around third. Will be no throw. 1-0 Colorado. RBI for Gonzalez's 31st. Stolen base pays off for Colorado.
Well, this is going to be a curveball, 81 miles an hour. It's center cut right in the middle of the plate.
Run on 5 hits now for Colorado. Runner at first, 1 out. There's Pat Valeka, the shortstop, base hit to right, his first time. Haniger's got an easy play. 2 outs. That'll bring up Gerardo Parra. Pitch away from him and served it in the left field. Mariners to this point 2 hits. Haniger in the first inning, single to center, and an infield hit for Segura. Big maple on the mound, Mike, and it smells like a lot of people brought maple syrup to the ballpark today. Here's another one, left field. Andrioli gonna jump, and he's there to make the play. Just recalled from AAA, Andrioli showing the speed that we saw a lot of at spring training. Nice catch out there as the Rockies take a 1-0 lead. Versus left-handers this season. Who's at the top of the list? None other than Kyle Seager, Nolan Arenado, Trevor Story, Freddie Freeman on the list as well. Some really good hitters there. Seager, Arenado, Story, and Freeman. It seemed like every highlight you see of the Atlanta Braves, who are having a fabulous
Freeman's
season.
in the middle of it.
Oh, all the time.
What a year they are having.
And the Phillies, the Fightins, and Atlanta in a virtual tie in the National League East starting today. Here's Kyle to lead off. Here's Seager, Healy, and Heredia 4, 5, and 6. Kyle will walk his first time up in a 3-2 pitch. Good break, ball 1-1. 1-out RBI single Carlos Gonzalez after Desmond singled and stole second for the only run. Back in the third, Paxton got into a bases loaded jam and escaped. Mariners trying to get something done against young Kyle Freeland. Double play hurt the cause in the third. Mariners with just 2 hits. Two and 2 to Kyle. There's the defensive alignment. There's Rockies. Lost 8 of 10 to begin the month of June. finished 8-4 in that month. Been playing bumper cars in the National League West in the last month and change. Outside, Arizona leads coming into today by a game over the Dodgers, 3.5 over Colorado, and the Giants. Remember them? They're hanging around 3.5.
This will be the 6th full count for Freeland. And he has not thrown the fastball in this count. Now, it might be a little bit different with Kyle because he's a left-handed hitter, but we'll see where he goes.
3-2 pitch.
There's the fastball, and he missed with it.
That's his 3rd walk. Italian runs aboard here. Bring up Ryan Healy. Mariners RBIs matter both on and off the field. So for every Mariners RBI during the 2018 season, PACCAR is going to make a donation to the Page Ahead Children's Literacy Program. Mariners thank PACCAR for their support in our community. Great crowd. Come on out tomorrow for this series finale. The Mariners have Monday off, late in the afternoon. Monday travel to Anaheim. Really good crowds during this homestand. Upwards of 30,000 again, maybe more than 30,000 this afternoon as Healy looks at strike one. Healy, first time up, ground ball to the shortstop with runners at first and second, 2 out. And Valleca threw to Nolan Arenado, who was really surprised this one fouled.
Arenado was pointing towards second. Had to backpedal.
Wound up getting Mitch Haniger sliding into third, got him on the shoulder for the 3rd out, an unusual 6'5" force.
Arenado, a Gold Glover, terrific athlete. Pretty good adjustment on the throw to make the tag.
Here's the 0-2. Three gloves. Does anybody come up with it? Negative.
That's a great reaction.
Thought you had it. No, I thought you had it.
A lack of communication.
Cohan Luke. It seems to me a failure to communicate.
Well, I guess if we see the major leaguers do that from time to time, it's okay. For the fans also. Happens.
Healy's been streaky. See if he can get on the plus side again. Keeps the at-bat alive.
Making him work. This pitch will be the 6th.
Healy 0 for his last 10. He has had a good campaign with 17 home runs, 41 runs batted in, and a good first base. Here comes the 2-2. Another chance to do some damage here.
We have some nice weather. It's a rare Saturday afternoon game.
I like it, man.
You able to chip and putt yet?
No, I have not done it yet. Mentally, I am preparing myself for it. The foot feels great. I'm doing my exercises as we broadcast here.
See, take advantage of this weather.
Absolutely. That short game, tighten up.
There you go. No full swings yet.
No. Bouncing ball. Here comes Valleca. And the dig sure was. He didn't get much on that throw. And good hands by Desmond, a shortstop. When he came up, he makes the play.
And this is the tough part of it. Primero Supermo. See if he gets a good grip on it. No, he kind of adds it out towards his index finger. And anytime the ball is going to bounce anywhere near the cut of the grass, it makes it so difficult. But he gets a true hop and able to handle it.
One out runner at second base. They're so ready to fly it out the center.
Borderline pitch on our EQC tracer. Just catching the outside corner.
Time called.
We're talking about Heredia pulling the ball more, and something that Scott Service had talked about the other day. I was talking to Edgar about it yesterday, and he was saying that Heredia thinking that way keeps him more upright. Typically he's going to fall out over the plate, which caused him to hit some lazy fly balls the other way, so there's not much advantage to him doing that. But when he thinks more pull the ball, then he's not going to dive quite as much, and it also helps him. The strike zone, he was so good with it, and then lately he kind of gotten away chasing a little bit more. It's because his body is falling out over the plate.
Coming into the other box.
I mean, it's fairly natural for him, but I think it's more of a mental picture for him to think pull, because it keeps him more upright. And it's worked out lately, so they're just trying to get him moving in the right direction again. He's been able to pick up some hits.
Looking for a base hit to tie this thing up here. Seager at second, 0-2 pitch. Goes the other way. You got a good arm out there, Cuevas. Seager getting a big stop sign from Scott Brocious. Runners at the corners, one out. Here come the Mariners.
And that's what they wanted to see. Thinking, pull the ball a little bit more. That way he doesn't fall over. And so instead of a lazy line or fly ball out to right, it's a solid line drive. And it's on the outside corner. That's a quality pitch. Maybe elevated a little bit. But he squares it up. Solid line drive with better balance. And that's what they're looking for.
Brings up John Andrioli, a 283 hitter at Tacoma, 4 homers, 25 runs batted in, 14 doubles. He struck out on a 3-2 pitch in the second. Big league debut back on May 23rd against Oakland. Went 1 for 3.
We'll have to be conscious of the fastball down and away. Freeland with a double play ball in the third. And the percentage, we mentioned how well he's pitched over the last 4 games. His percentage of double plays behind him has gone up. It's 15%, and it's because of his fastball. Fastball ground ball percentage this year is at 54, so he's trying to work at the bottom of the zone with the fastball. Snap throw first.
Get a snap throw surprise like that and start thinking about jammed ankle, knee, pulled hamstring, because it was an awkward return, right?
And the worst part about it for guys that are base stealers too, a lot of times once they take their lead, they're trying to peek in to the catcher to steal a sign, looking for a breaking ball or something off speed, a better pitch for them to run on. And if the pitcher can time it right like he just did, you can catch him.
Andrioli out of the University of Connecticut, 17th round pick of the Cubs back in 2011.
You see him play quite a bit in spring training. Good athlete, runs well.
His biggest spot as a major leaguer. Big time spot. Stop there by Ionetta.
Pretty good play. That ball was well out in front of home plate, barely clearing the grass. Just spiked it.
Runners at the corners, 1 out. Kept it alive.
There's a pitch that looked like a changeup this time, down and away from him, trying to get him to roll over on it, keep the ball on the ground. So John not happy with himself. Freitas waiting on deck.
Rockies at double play depth in the infield. 2-2 pitch, snap throw back, first base. Two pitch. Strike 3 called, 2 down. Andrioli struck out swinging and now looking. 2 outs here in the 4th. Couple minute board.
After the changeup down, it's fastball just above the belt in the middle of the plate. And he takes it. Well, that's because he was going to be late.
Freitas took it, called 3rd strike his first time up. He bats here. 2 out, 2 on. Freitas and Herman will be handling the catching duties for the next week. Zunino expected back after the All-Star break. First pitch strike. Inning started with a walk to Seager. Nearly grounded out. Seager took second, a base hit by Heredia. Set up 1st and 3rd. Andrioli Keys looking now 0-1 here to Freitas. He likes that pitch inside on these right-handers. 1-1. A good play by Iannetta. 2 balls, 1 strike. Run on 5 hits for Colorado. No runs, 3 hits for the Mariners. Best threat so far by Seattle. Great conditions here. Seattle. 2-1 pitch, and Heredia back safely. Working in on his hands, got a piece of it. 2-2.
Trying to get him to chase, and he was able to do that. Catcher Chris Iannetta. 3 fastballs in off the plate. The 1 changeup that was down out of the strike zone.
Two balls, 2 strikes already at first. He's chased back again. Well, one way to look at this long inning, Paxton's getting plenty of rest. Go! See if he can get a big hit here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 2 on.
The other part about it too is Freeland has really pitched well lately, typically going 7 innings for him. And next pitch will be 80 in the ball game. So he's had to throw a lot of pitches. Those 80 pitches will be 80 pitches right now, working here in the 4th.
Three-two pitch. Heredia takes off. Popped up. LeMahieu on the dirt. He's there, and that will do it. Mariners threaten, don't score. Lead 2 in the 4th. 1-0 Colorado. The Eagle flag here at Tidwell Field. James Paxton running a nice ball game, trailing 1-0 to the Colorado Rockies. There's your line score. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Food Sports Crew with you. Noel Cuevas will lead things off, batting in the 9-hole. Cuevas bunted his way on. Loaded the bases last time up, swing and a foul tip.
Well, he was trying to sacrifice and bunted it down the third baseline. Kyle didn't have much of a play, decided to let it go, see if it was going to go foul, but it stayed on the grass, picked up a hit.
There is room. Freitas, one down. Go to the Ford Sports Desk. Here's Tom Glasgow.
All right, David, how about a little hashtag Where I Root presented by Alaska Airlines as we check in on Mariners fans out and about, and Piano Rock Princess here on Sunglasses Day enjoying the weather and the baseball. Jason here with his daughter, her first game. Very cute. Hopefully the first of many. And T. Nicole. Looks like we got a Coug in the house. In fact, more than a few on Cougar Day at the ballpark. Let's send it back upstairs.
Mike Flowers did not bring his UW banner today. I was surprised. Top of the order, DJ LeMahieu. 2 flyouts to center field, Guillermo Heredia. 1-1 to DJ. Looks like this will be his 3rd fly ball to Heredia. It is. 2 outs here in the 5th. MLB.TV. It's now available at a lower price for $82.99. You can watch every out-of-market regular season game live or on demand. Your subscription includes MLB At Bat Premium, allowing you to watch live baseball on your favorite supported devices. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.TV to take advantage of this special offer. A lot of baseball out there to watch. If you're a baseball fan, don't cheat yourself. Jump on board. 102. Charlie Blackmon struck out twice today. One. Fooled him badly, didn't he? 1-2.
Weak swing. 95 at the top of the zone on the inside corner. See a swing like that, he's probably looking for that slider.
1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. 6 strikeouts for Paxton through 5. A tidy 1-2-3 5th inning. Rockies leading 1-0. can't spell baseball without BSB. And look who stopped by the Ford Sports desk earlier today. Butch Cougar getting some work done. How we doing? You good? All right. The Huskies not around to harass him today? Go Cougs. There you go. Cougar Day. WSU Cougar Day here at Safeco Field. Andrew Romine to lead off, grounded out to short, first time up. Andrew came into this game in his previous 6 games, 8 for 18, a 444 clip.
Well, the Mariners have not been able to do much with Freeland. They're 0 for 5, runners in scoring position. The good news is he had to throw 27 pitches in the last inning.
That's Valeka making a play there, 1 out.
Starting to get his pitch count up, 82 total. And this will be the 3rd time through the lineup.
Segura in the leadoff spot. D. Gordon getting rest today. Hip issues. You remember last night didn't slide on the play at the plate. And he had already had some hip issues and some feet issues. And that aggravated the hip problem. So came in, got his work in early today. A lot of time off this afternoon. Might see him later in the game, and we'll see him tomorrow in action. Segura, an infield hit last time up. He's 1 for 2. Astros leading the White Sox 4-1, 4th inning in Houston. Gene drives one. Left field. It's got carry, and it's out of here off the scoreboard, tying the game at 1-1. Gene Segura with home run number 7 and RBI number 47. Big spot right there. Gene Segura ties it up, and yep, another multi-hit game for Gene, his 37th.
Well, base hit, infield base hit to the right side of the infield, and he takes advantage. It looks like it's a hanging slider. Dave mentioned off the scoreboard.
Brand new ball game
for Segura, his 7th home run on the year. That was a slider right in the middle of the plate.
Haniger chops one foul. 13th home run given up by Freeland, the 11th to a right-hander. Good for Gene. Segura's last home run, June 5th at Houston. One to Haniger. 374 feet on that home run. Exit velo at 101. Good crowd here at Safeco Field. 1-1. Haniger looks at ball 2. Big doings down here at this part of town. Mariners are 30,000 plus. Kenny Chesney going to be performing later on over at CenturyLink. Meanwhile, Mitch Haniger's got a good count at 3-1. Mariners trying to even this series. Rockies a resounding 7-1 win last night. Full count.
Not sure if he hit that off his foot or his knee. He felt it though.
He missed the last couple of games. Bruised right knee.
I think this is off of his left knee. No, that is the right knee. Yep,
oh, man.
That's why it took him a little bit longer than usual to try to walk it off. Primera Supermo right off of the right knee.
Spin and Gamble available to go in the outfield if necessary. 3-2 pitch. And he's aboard. It's walk number 4 issue by Freeland. Second time he walked Haniger. Let's revisit Gene Segura's home run. 1-1 pitch.
Slider, middle of the plate, a mistake from Freeland. And Gene, his 7th home run, did not miss it.
A brand new ball game. Pitching coach
Steve Foster on his way out.
A conversation with his left-hander.
A right-hander just starting to play catch out in the pen. Oberg, we saw him last night, is now at 91 pitches.
Throughout the season, the Mariners and EQC honor the brave men and women who serve in our nation's military with special 10% discounts on select seats. All active and retired members can pick up tickets by showing valid military ID at the Safeco Field box office. Come on down. Nelson Cruz strike out, bounced into a double play. Nelson's most recent home run 4 days ago against the Angels. Oh for 2 today, 0 for 3 career against Freeland. Fly ball center field. Here comes Blackman. Felt like he broke his bat on that one.
That was right off the end of the bat. Right on the outside corner, and it is right on the end of the bat.
Wow. Let's see if Seager can get a good pitch and put it in play hard somewhere. He's walked twice today.
He's hit 5 home runs against left-handers this year.
Break one to Kyle. LeMahieu, the second baseman, out short right field as per usual. Up the middle, the shortstop Vallejo. Laid off at 1-1. Kyle now in a 1-2 situation, 2 outs. Go ahead, run at first.
Freeland has consistently pitched him away. Typically it's been with the slider.
All in 2 strikes. And he reaches out and punches it right center field. Haniger will get to third. The Mariners with 2 outs making some noise here. And a good setup for Ryan Healy. Base hit for Kyle Seager.
And Kyle recognizing it. Primera Supremo. This pitch is just off the outside corner. You can see the extension from Kyle just trying to stay with it as he hits a line drive right back up the middle. But that's off the plate.
Good hitting. Really good.
Kyle's been on base all 3 times.
Healy 0 for 2, grounded out to short. Last time in the 4th. Popped it up. Here comes Cuevas. to make the play. Mariners do tie it up on a home run by Gene Segura. So we go to inning number 6. Tied at 1. Gene Segura's 7th home run. It's tied it up as we go to the 6th inning here at Safeco Field. Don't forget, stick around after the game for Mariners postgame presented by Alaska Airlines. Brad Adam and Dave Alley will be with you. Hopefully the Mariners, they'll be talking about the Mariners having even this series at a game apiece. James Paxton through 5, 6 strikeouts, no walks, giving up a run on 5 hits. How about this? He's got LeMahieu to fly at the center 3 times, and he struck out Blackman 3 times. Here's Nolan Arenado. He's grounded out the second and struck out.
It's always a good idea to take care of the top of the lineup, but not always that easy with the top of this lineup. So well done by James.
Arenado, Desmond, and Iannetta 3, 4, and 5 here for the Rockies. Paxton looking for his 2nd career win against Colorado. 1-1 entering today. He did go to Marty Foster. Well, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. 2-2.
James has had a good fastball today, 94 to 97 miles an hour.
Looking for strikeout number 7. Paxton, career best strikeouts. Reached that back on May 2nd. 16 strikeouts here against Oakland. 2-2.
Was able to get away with a slider right there. He wanted to throw it at his back foot, ended up out over the plate. More middle.
Two pitch. Strike 3 call. 7 strikeouts, including back-to-backers.
No argument from Arenado. Looked like a pretty good slider. Top of the zone. On the outside corner.
Oh, that's big time. They're having fun up in the Maple Grove. Big swing and a miss by Desmond. So Paxton has keyed the number 2 hitter Blackman 3 times. Their number 3 hitter Arenado twice. He's got Iannetta, the catcher, batting at 5-hole, got him twice. Oh, good heat and good location.
Goldberg still throwing in the pen for Colorado, so that's probably going to be it for Freeland.
Here's the 0-2 to Desmond. Inside, Desmond today. Ground out the first. Base hit to left, stole second. Scored on the RBI single by Gonzalez in the fourth. All the 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Folding big time. 8 strikeouts for James Paxton. 3 consecutive strikeouts for the Big Maple.
Tough AB or Desmond. Saw the fastball from James at 97 miles an hour, and then the slider down and in. Primera Supermo. Here's the slider. It's been at 91 miles an hour today. James calls it a cutter. Either way, right-handers hitting just 114 on that pitch.
That much?
Exactly.
There's a ground ball to second base. Romine there. Great inning for Pax. Strikeout, looking, swinging, and a weak ground ball. Can't beat it. Heredia will lead off. We come back 1-1 game. Video using hashtag #HatsOffForHeroes. For each tweet or post, T-Mobile's going to donate $1 to support veterans. And thank you for your service. Game is done for Kyle Freeland. Went 5 innings, Mike.
Pitched well, but just the 5 innings. Mariners really making him work. Had to throw 98 pitches to get through 5, but 5 hits, 1 run. It was earned. A solo home run by Gene Segura. 4 walks, 4 strikeouts.
And a new pitcher, Scott Oberg. We saw him last night through 1 inning of 2-hit shutout ball.
Pitched well this year. 20 appearances, a 3.18 ERA. Opponent's hitting just .241 against him. Has yet to give up a home run. Average fastball at 95 miles an hour. Slider changeup.
Heredia, Andrioli, and Freitas. Here in the 6th, Gene Segura tied it up in the 5th with a home run. Rockies get their run 4th inning. RBI single by Carlos Gonzalez. Heredia this afternoon, fly out to center and a base hit to right. Couldn't get him around though. Already got a 1-out base hit 8th inning last night against Oberyn. Two and one. Count evens. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Guillermo Heredia, the Mariners center fielder. Swing and a miss. Guillermo's gone. 1 out here in the Mariners 6th. Hey fans, our ultimate fan contest has officially returned. Root Sports is going to be looking for the ultimate fan in the state of Idaho throughout the month of July. So send us a photo and story on our website at rootsports.com/ultimate-fan, and you can win a VIP trip for 2 to Seattle in September, personalized jersey, and more. Here's Ben Gamble. He's going to pinch hit for Andrioli. Ben went diving and throwing himself into the walls last night. Scott Servais said he plays hard all the time. I tell him, walls don't move.
He tried to make that play out in the right center. It almost as if he lost track of where the wall was, because he slammed into that about as hard as you can hit a wall, full speed. It looked as if he hit his shoulder in there first, so fortunate that he wasn't hurt.
He had another one where he dove for a ball and couldn't come up with it. On the other way.
Good catch.
There we go.
Yeah, left-hander. Nice play.
0-2 here to Ben. In the dirt. Watch this play right here. Talk about all-out effort.
Reaching for the ball and slams into the wall about as hard as you can hit it. Leading with that shoulder, his right shoulder. Like Guillermo Heredia was blowing a bubble as he was chasing to pick up the ball. A lot of talent.
Ben trying to get back on track after a hot streak. He's just won for his last 12. Did he go? He did, as they check with Doug Ennings. 2 outs.
Ben obviously didn't think so. Camara Supermo. See if that barrel gets out in front of home plate. I think Ben had an argument. What do you think?
It's very close.
Yeah.
Might have been a 50-50. Here's Andrioli. He's 0 for 2.
This is Freitas, David Freitas.
Freitas, big play.
Yep.
Didn't write Gamble in here yet. That's why. Here we go. Jake McGee, saw him in action last night. Scoreless inning with a strikeout. Zanino on the shelf on the DL until after the All-Star break. Freitas back here with the big club. 1-1. 2-1. Left field for Parra. Good outfielder. 1-2-3 in the 6th. Couple strikeouts and an easy fly ball. 1-1 game. Wrap up the series tomorrow. Time now for our Geico This Date in MLB history. Take you back to 01. John Halama throws the first 9-inning perfect game in PCL history. PCL had existed for 99 years. Tacoma beats Calgary 6-0. 9 Ks, 7 fly ball outs, 11 ground ball outs, 97 pitches for Halama. It was 4 days after Tacoma's Brett Tomko had no-hit Oklahoma City. And I remember doing games for ESPN. I think we did a game out here in Seattle. And for some reason, somehow, talking to Brett Tomko, and I don't know if it was a conversation or an observation or something, but he didn't like playing baseball.
Halama.
Yeah, Halama.
Yeah. I think he talked about that a little bit. I believe he was part of the Randy Johnson trade. Can't remember from Houston.
Wow.
Yeah, I believe he did say that.
Carlos Gonzalez, ground ball to Romine. 1 out. Gonzalez drove in the Colorado run, 4th inning with a single to center. Paxton has struck out 8, hasn't walked anybody. Giving up a run on 5 hits. Fourth ground ball out. Registered by Paxton, and brings up Pat Valleca, the shortstop, a base hit to right and a fly to right. Strike 1. All at 2 strikes.
Adam Ottavino getting loose in the pen for Colorado, right-hander.
1-2. Did he go? Joe West says no, he didn't. Join the broadcast. Use that hashtag #AskRoot. Right, hear your question. 2-2. I have this as Paxton's just his second 3-ball count. 1 out, nobody on. Paxton can put him away here. 3-2. Down low, his first walk. Let's check in at the Ford Sports desk. Here's Tom Glasgow.
David, thanks so much. How about a little more hashtag where I root, presented by Alaska Airlines. See what some of the fans are up to on this Saturday afternoon, and that would include a Coug bachelorette party. Renee, good enough to send this in. Rachel, hope you have a great day. Coming up, Samantha Leclerc, who we can only presume is a fan of Wade LeBlanc. Great day to be at a ball game, enjoying a little sunshine here at Safeco. And Frank's first game. Look at little Frank there between mom and dad. Hopefully many more in his future. Send it back upstairs.
All right, Tom, thank you very much. 1 out, 1 on. And ground ball just out of the reach of Healy into right field. Digging for third. Valleca, he'll get there safely. So the Rockies making some noise here in the 7th. 2 hits for Parra.
Romero Supermo. Just finds a hole on the right side. Looked like it was towards the end of the bat. Just out of the reach of Brian Healy, who was holding the runner on. And Mel Stottlemyre out of the dugout. James at 88 pitches.
Nobody warming in the Mariner pen.
He seems to be fine. And right towards the end, and just out of the reach of Brian.
Pax has been impressive. None more so than in the third inning. Gave up a base hit to right, base hit to left, a bunt, loaded him up. Then he got LeMahieu to fly out to center, struck out Blackman, struck out Arenado, and got out of it. Here we go. Runners at the corners, one out. Looking for a double play ball here. Noel Cuevas, 1 for 2, fouled out to the catcher. Freitas last time up. But safety squeeze action.
I don't think he was doing that on his own. He tried to push it towards first base.
Taking a look at Stu Cole, the third base coach. Tony Diaz coaching at first for Colorado. Loose foot for Trevor Story. That's why you don't see the everyday shortstop in there. Out today. 0-1 pitch. That's some trouble. Big time trouble. 3-run homer. Well, Cuevas, second home run of the season. That breaks the tie. It's 4-1. Rockies.
He hasn't made many mistakes today, but this is one of them. Looks like it's the slider, and it is middle as he squared it up after trying to bunt. He's right back and barrels up a slider into left field.
403 on the carry. 106 exit velocity. Noel Cuevas batting in the 9-hole today. Top of the order, and DJ LeMahieu. 14th home run given up by Pax. 11 to right-handers. Popped up out of play.
The home run. Nick Vincent starting to get loose. James now at 92 pitches. A lot of strikes. 92 pitches, 70 strikes for him this afternoon.
How about the damage done by the bottom of that order? He's done a great job putting a plug in top 3 hitters in the order. Mayhew, Blackman, and Arenado.
Well, it's chasing Bradford.
One-two pitch. It's pretty well stroked. Right center field, long run. Guillermo, he's there. Two outs here in the 7th inning. Make sure you join us tonight for an exciting MLS matchup. Tune in at 8 p.m. Pacific. Portland Timbers, they host the San Jose Earthquakes in Providence Park. Stay tuned after the match for a live post-game show. For your local programming schedule, visit rootsports.com. So LeMahieu, 4 flyouts to Heredia. Now Blackman, he struck out 3 times. Rockies, that home run by Cuevas, the 110th, came into today's action, 4th in the National League in homers. Got Blackman 1 and 2.
For James, still has the good fastball, 96, 97 miles an hour. Cuevas, it was a slider, 87.
Eight strikeouts for Paxton. He's 1-2 here. Strike 3 called. He struck out Charlie Blackman, the defending National League batting champion, 4 times today, but damage done by Noel Cuevas, a 3-run homer that gives Colorado a 4-1 lead. Rockies with the lead 4-1. We send you to Tom Glasgow.
Well, Dave, the Mariners organization has spent a lot of time listening to fans throughout the region. One of the recurring themes from fans was to provide more value opportunities for families. This year, the Mariners have introduced several new value offerings on concessions, merchandise, and tickets. One in particular are the new value games presented by BECU. At select games, view level and bleacher seats are just $15, while main and club level seats only $30. The next value game presented by BECU is set for Monday, July 30th, when the Mariners host the Houston Astros. Big game. For more information on other value opportunities, be sure and check out mariners.com/value. Back to Dave and Mike.
All right, Tom, thank you very much. Adam Ottavino, a Brooklyn, New York kid. Noted photographer and videographer. I've seen him on MLB Network talking about his hobby. And he's good, too. It reminds me of the first time I interviewed Randy Johnson on radio. He was with the Mariners in the 90s. I was doing talk radio, and he had just done a flyover tour of Manhattan, shooting all kinds of pictures.
I remember that.
And he was really into it. He was very gregarious that day. He must not have been pitching that afternoon, clearly.
No, he was not. Ottavino, 94 miles an hour on his fastball and a slider.
So 2 to Romine leading off.
I've seen too many guys ask for the number 0.
Yeah. That's a small list.
Has to be.
Adam played his college ball at Northeastern University in Boston. 2-2.
Probably a shorter list for pitchers to wear it.
Yeah.
It's close.
Boy.
That's how Haniger hurt his knee.
Man, oh man.
Mara Supermo, he has an idea and he's getting close to that wall, but just not able to stop in time. Quick turn, though, I think helped.
One of the great inventions in our lifetime, these padded walls, boy, I'll tell you. Still get hurt, but certainly not to the level back in the olden days. 2-2 to Romine. 0 for 2 today.
Chase and Bradford still throwing in the Mariner pen, so that will be it for Paxton.
Romine at second base today. D. Gordon with some hip issues. Real good chance we'll see him start in the finale tomorrow. 2-2. Strike 3 call. We got the outside corner. One away here in the 7th. Make your voice heard. Nominate your favorite plays of the week by tweeting us using the hashtag #RootFanFave. Watch the Mariners pregame show every Sunday to find out your fan favorite plays of the week. Plus, each month, one lucky fan is going to win a Coors Light Yeti cooler just for participating. For official rules, visit rootsports.com. Ottavino, his strikeouts per 9, Mike, 14.1.
He has a good slider. Did that last pitch looked like it was going to be in the middle of the plate and ended up off the corner.
Segura tied the game at 1-1 with a home run in the 5th inning.
Mixing in a cutter with it at 86.
Ottavino pitching to a 198 batting average on the road, 067 at home. That's a nasty pitch.
Another slider. Gotta get him to chase it.
Two or two to Segura. 2 hits today for him, 2 for 3. Nasty. 2 outs. And that'll bring up Mitch Haniger.
Another slider down. May have caught the outside corner, but definitely down out of the strike zone.
Like it. Got a good look at how he tucks that wrist and how he pull down the window shade.
Mitch has been on base all 3 times today. A base hit, a couple of walks.
And he's aboard again. Solid base hit. Stayed in there against that breaking ball.
Yeah, good to have him back in the lineup. On this slider, 81 miles an hour. Have to keep that front side in there long enough, and he's able to do it. Helps that was elevated for him. Belt high in the middle of the plate. See if Nelson Cruz can get him a little bit closer.
1 for 2 against Ottavino with a home run. Today Nelly 0 for 3. Strikeout, double play, ground into a double play to fly to center. Strike 1. Gonzalez put Colorado ahead in the 4th inning. An RBI single to center. Gene Segura tied it in the 5th with a home run, but a big blast, a 3-run shot by Noel Cuevas in the 7th. 4-1, Colorado lead. Time granted. Long hold by Iannetta. He wanted that. There's another strike, 1 and 2. Two outs and a 1-2 count here to Cruz with a man aboard. 2 and 2. $36,104 on hand here this Saturday afternoon. 2-2 pitch to Nelson Cruz. I'll take full count. Three-two to Nelly, 2 out, 1 on. Haniger takes off, and holding on to the tip is Iannetta. Inning over. So Iannetta strikes out the side, leaving a runner at first. We go to the 8th, 4-1 Rockies. Jack in the Box. This season, a Mariners double play means free Jumbo Jacks from Jack in the Box. By Money Tree, proud to make a donation to Mariners Care for every Mariners win. By CenturyLink, connecting you to the power of the digital world. And by BNSF Railway, sponsor the BNSF Blast. A lemonade sale going on there, 4-1 as you look at your line score for today's action. Back at you tomorrow at 1:10. James Paxton's day is done.
7 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs. All of them earned, 1 walk, 9 strikeouts. 75 strikes. A lot of strikes from James today.
Time for Beacon Plumbing called to the pen.
Jason Bradford will take over. This will be his 30th appearance. 5-0 record, 2.73 ERA. 26 strikeouts over 7 walks. Opponent's hitting .228.
There's Bradford. Nolan Arenado. And struck out his last 2 times up and grounded out. 0 for 3. Bradford needs to hold it right here at 4-1. So play here top 8.
Chasing a low 90s fastball with a slider.
Mile high pop. Healy under it. And there's one down. We welcome you to the Hughes Marino broadcast booth. Tough one that Pax had to give up that 3-run homer to Cuevas, the 9-hole hitter who wasn't even in the original lineup, but 9 strikeouts today, had some big moments.
And tried to bunt on the pitch before the home run. Wasn't able to do that, so it really cost him. But for James, he really threw a lot of strikes. Mentioned it earlier, but he faced 29 batters, 23 first pitch strikes with his fastball at 97 and the good slider curve to go with it. That's typically a good combination for him, and it was just a mistake with the slider in the middle of the plate that ended up costing him.
And Desmond looks at a strike. 1 for 3, run scored and a stolen base. Bradford off the mound quickly.
Wow. That is a great play.
Good athlete there, man. That's a good play. At a terrible angle. He managed not to get Healy.
I thought he was going to stop before he ended up going to the foul line, but he crosses it and it throws back across his body over the left ear of Desmond. And Ryan Healy, I'm not sure that he was able to see this all the way as he makes the catch to get the out.
You're right. There it is right there. Oh, it's right on me.
What a great play.
Jason showing some really good spring there, getting off the mound. Quick 2 outs. Here's Iannetta. Strikeout looking, swinging, and a ground out to second.
Jason has been another one of those guys. We take another look at the play. I mean, he's on the other side, and the ball will go right over his left ear. Just past his left ear. Well done, but Jason Bradford has thrown the ball well. ERA under 3. Another one of those relievers that Jerry Dipoto has been able to find in the staff. He's thrown the ball well toward the Mariners.
Count at 1-1. Foul off. Bradford with 2 holds on the season. Casio leads the club 17 holds. Keep it right here at 4-1. Ball and 2 strikes. Mariners in the home 8th. Seager, Healy, and Heredia. Only run for the Mariners, Eugene Segura home run in the 5th. They tied it at 1-1. Noel Cuevas, 3-run shot, his 2nd home of the season. Untied it. That was in the 7th. 3-2 pitch. 2 out, nobody on. Swing and a miss. What an outing. Jason Bradford pop up. A nice play coming off the mound and a strikeout. 1-2-3 go the Rockies. Kyle Seager maybe can get something going in the 8th. It's 4-1 Rockies.
Where I Root, presented by Alaska Airlines. M's fans include Maggie, future Coug nurses. All right. Get out there and take care of folks. We appreciate that greatly. Michael sending this in, listening to the Mariners in the 509. That looks like a good time. Enjoy yourselves out on the boat. And Cheryl Haskins, Pastor Cheryl, with the grandkids here at the ballpark today. Let's send it back upstairs to Dave and Mike.
All right, Tom, see if the Mariners can crank it here in the 8th. Kyle Seager leads off. Couple of walks and a base hit. Adam Ottavino gave up a base hit, struck out the side in the 7th. Second man out of the pen for Bud Black and the Colorado Rockies.
Good day for Kyle. On base all 3 times, including a base hit. A couple of walks for him.
Ottavino's on the first base side of the rubber. Likes that breaking ball. There's the alignment against Seager. Laid off at 1-2. Seager, Healy, and Heredia. 8th inning. 8 hits now on the homestand for Kyle. And that base hit 5th. Broken 0 for 8 for him. Solid smack center field. Base hit.
Starting to heat up. That's a good sign. Things with the Mariners looking towards the break. You can see Kyle start to swing the bat better. Another day where he's picked up a couple of hits, been on base all 4 times, and just let him get hot in the second half of the season.
I mentioned that Ryan Healy's streaky. Maybe he can get on a positive streak. He's 0 for 3 here today. And 0 for his last 12. So, yep, he's due. Shows bunt, takes a strike.
Renato, the third baseman, was playing back. It's a base runner, so not a bad idea. Juan Nicasio getting loose in the pen. He has not pitched in a week. He is about due to get into the ball game. June 30th, his last appearance.
Popped it up. Desmond Oh, nice play. Reaches over. Tough break for Healy. One away.
Pinch hitter Denard Span. Concentration, knowing exactly where the railing is. Span will hit for Heredia.
Span batted third last night, had a whale of a night, went 3 for 4, hit a home run in the 6th. Homer and 2 singles. Span 0 for 2 career against Ottavino. No pitch. The outside corner Span playing in his 32nd game as a Mariner, hitting .311, 4 homers and 12 runs batted in, overall .268, 8 and 40. One pitch. 2-1. Ben Gamble's the on deck hitter for the Mariners. Two-one. In that outside corner, 2-2.
Denard has a pretty good idea of the strike zone, and I think he disagrees, and he should. Breaking balls off the plate away, getting the call.
Marty Foster, home plate umpire today. He's certainly aware of that pitch. My goodness. Four runs, 7 hits, no errors. Colorado Mariners run on 7 hits, no errors. 2-2 pitch here to Span. Slow roller, LeMahieu flips to Valleca, and a turn to double play ends the 8th inning. Time running short here, 4-1 Colorado. in the game and take you back to the 7th inning. 0-1 pitch to Noel Cuevas. Look at this.
That's going to be a slider in the middle of the plate. As you can see, it goes to the back of the bullpen, and that's the difference in this ball game. 3-run home run.
The pitcher for the Mariners, Juan Nicasio.
Mid-90s fastball with a slider. 35 appearances on the year. High ERA for him at 6. 41 strikeouts in 33 innings. Only 3 walks on the year. Given up 4 home runs.
Bottom 7, Houston's 8-5 lead over the White Sox as Denard Span takes over in center field.
Normally in that situation we would see Haniger in center, but banging up his knee, he stays in right field.
So Nicasio, he'll get Gonzalez, Valleca, and Parra. Fouled off by Cargo, drove in the first run in the 4th. RBI single to center. He's a 1-for-3 hitter today. Gonzalez 0 for 1 against Nicasio. One. There's the strike. Mariners in the 9th. Gamble, Freitas, and Romine, bottom 3rd of the order.
Veteran reliever Wade Davis getting loose in the pen, so he would try to close it out for the Rockies.
Span going back, the ball slicing away from him. One hop the fence. Gonzalez shut it down there with a double. For Cargo's 13th double. 2-hit day for him. That ball was hit very hard. Pat Valleca. 1 for 2, walk and a run scored coming up. Gonzalez good speed out at second.
Seager playing in at 3rd. Healy even with the bag at first.
Up the middle, base hit. Span charging. He'll get it back in as Stu Cole puts up a big stop sign for Gonzalez. First 2-minute reached. Runners at the corners.
And right back at Nicasio.
That hand out of the way.
Thought about it.
Runners at the corners, nobody out. Gerardo Parra had a good day. 2 for 3. Single to left, fly to left, base hit to right, and a run scored. He and Valleca were aboard when Cuevas delivered the 3-run homer in the 7th. Good hitting Rocky team. 4th in batting, 4th in runs, 5th in hits, and 4th in homers in the National League. Rockies couple of games above 500, starting today 3.5 behind Arizona. 2.5 behind second place Dodgers. Fly ball left field. Gamble settles under it. Gonzalez tagging. Throw goes to second. Easing home is Gonzalez to make it a 5-1 ball game on a sac fly by Gerardo Parra. It'll be his 39th run batted in. One out. Parra with his third sacrifice this season. There's Cuevas. Tug about some damage. Bunt down in the third. Fouled out to the catcher in the fifth. First pitch strike, tried to lay a bunt down, missed, went foul, and then hit a 3-run homer. So it goes out of play. Bottom of the order. A lot of damage. Gonzalez, an RBI and a run scored. He's batting 6th. Parra in the 7 hole, an RBI, and Cuevas batting 9th. 3-run homer. Parra hitting 8th and Gonzo in the 6th hole. No balls, 2 strikes. The Rockies have been playing some good ball. They've won the last 4 games, 7 of 8 and 11 of 16. It's after the Rockies start, no pun intended, to the start of June, losing 8 of the first 10. One and 2. And no spark plug today from D. Gordon with some hip issues. Don't have him at second base or at the leadoff spot. See him tomorrow, we hope. Foul back.
And a better pitch from Juan. That one at the bottom of the strike zone, outer half of the plate. The slider at 88 miles an hour.
Again, we'll see the Rockies again next weekend. Back end of their final first half homestand. Arizona will be there for 3, then the Mariners for 3. 1-2. Casio trying to get a double play ball here. Underwood first, Pat Valleca. A run in. 5-1 lead for Colorado. Got that off the trademark. Long run for Span. Long run for Segura. Nobody comes up with it. Everybody's safe.
That'll be a base hit.
The old triangle.
Span playing deep, wasn't able to make up the distance and just out of the reach of Segura. Turn the lineup over, so Nicasio having a lot of problems here.
The bottom of the order really getting it done. Double single, sac fly single. Now top of the order, LeMahieu. It's 4 times flied out to center. And behind him, Charlie Blackmon struck out 4 times, all at the hands of James Paxton.
Yeah, offensively for the Rockies this afternoon has been the bottom of the order.
See Gonzo, RBI, Parra, 3 for Cuevas. That bunch hits. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hits.
And they've all scored.
Yep, 9 hits from position 6 through 9 in the batting line. one hit in the top of the order. Desmond a single in the fourth. Desmond batting in 4-hole today. Oh, and 2 here to LeMahieu. Hey, you want to win tickets to see D. Gordon bobblehead night? Text Gordon to 71532 and you could win 2 tickets in the commissioner's box plus your very own D. Gordon bobblehead. Casio 0-2 here. His 5th batter here in the 9th.
Throwing a lot of fastballs this afternoon. Only a couple of sliders so far.
Cover blacking out the sun right now. 0-2 pitch. He did go. This is Marty Foster. So LeMahieu gone. Retired for the 5th time. There's 2 outs. Casio with a strikeout his first.
And this time he goes to the slider. Out of the strike zone.
Charlie Blackmon already with the golden sombrero. Try that again. Golden sombrero with 4 strikeouts. Defending National League batting champion.
I don't know if he's ever had 5 in a game.
I tell you what, I can't believe it has happened, and if it did, it's got to only be once. Here comes Gamble, and they'll make that Segura going over to get it. Here we go. Last ups for the Mariners. Bottom 3rd of the order. Ben Gamble will lead it off. It's the Rockies 5, the Mariners 1. You know, this baseball season's a marathon. It ain't a sprint, and attrition can really be something. Look at these injuries here. Hip injury for D. Mitch just back. Zunino on the DL. Seager's battling a bad toe. It all happens.
Segura.
Segura, he's got some issues, and D. Gordon, we hope to have him out on the field tomorrow. Wade Davis takes over there for the Rockies.
Veteran right-hander. 37 appearances on the year, a 4.15 ERA, 39 strikeouts and 34 2/3. Opponents hitting just 195 against him. He has given up 4 home runs. Average fastball 94 miles an hour. Cutter curveball to go with it.
See if Ben Gamble can get cranking here. 0 for his last 13. And it was Healy, beg your pardon. Ben's been struggling too. After a nice about 2-3 week run, he's been having a difficult time getting some base hits.
B. Gordon is going to pinch hit for David Freitas.
Slipped out of his hand. Davis in his first year in Colorado, last year with the Cubs. Saved 32 games. B. Gordon. Get a chance right here. Foul.
Been out in front of a cutter at 91 miles an hour.
All 2 strikes. Bouncing off the first baseman Desmond, taking himself. There's 1 out. Been a while since the Mariners lost back-to-back games. June 21, 22 at New York and at Boston, part of a 5-game losing streak. Here's D. Gordon, pinch hit.
Chris Herman also going to hit. He's going to pinch hit for Andrew Romine.
First time D is facing Davis, and he pops this up. It's out of play. Outfield not deep, tilted towards the left side, and there's the pitch off the plate. 1-1. Ball and a strike to D. Slap foul. Ray Davis started making a name for himself in the 15 season when the Royals won the World Series. He had 17 saves. Then he went 27. The next year with Kansas City, 32. The year after that with the Cubs. Pulled foul. Davis signing a 4-year contract with Colorado. 16 mil this year, 18 next year, 17 in the 2020 season. 2-2. Davis, 32 years old, out of Lake Wales, Florida. Two pitch to D. Gordon. Strike the count full. Mariners need base runners in a bunch. Chris Sherman's going to pinch hit for Andrew Romine. Three-two. Making him throw a lot of pitches.
Yes, he is. This will be the 8th pitch coming up.
Three-two pitch one more time to D. Gordon. Popped it up. Our fielder coming in, that's Parra. 2 outs. There's Chris Herman. Chris getting a chance here. He went 1 for 3. Starter last night. His first Mariner home run Thursday in a 4-1 win over the Angels. Ball 1.
22 at bat so far for Chris.
Two outs, nobody on. Pitch up the middle, and Valleca throws, and he got him, and that'll do it. Rockies take this series. They win today's ball game by the count of 5-1. James Paxton had some good moments, but a 3-run homer by Noel Cuevas broke it open in the 7th.
Yeah, and they have to get their offense back on track. Just 1 run in yesterday's game. That was a solo home run by Span, and then the 1 run today, another solo home run by Segura. So hopefully tomorrow, guys will bring out the bats to score a few more runs.
2 hours and 53 minutes for this one. For Mike Blowers, I'm Dave Sims. Catch you tomorrow. Right now, Mariners postgame presented by Alaska Airlines starts right now with Brad and Dave. Fellas.
All right, Dave, Mike, thank you very much. Well, the guys in purple, that'd be the Rockies, get to celebrate for the 2nd straight night. They've won this interleague series with final game tomorrow, going for that series sweep, and they do it with enough offense. They score 7 last night, Val, 5 tonight. But as Blow was saying, boy, just 2 runs scored by the Mariners so far in these 2 games, both solo home runs. Something we haven't seen that in a while, but back-to-back kind of clunker games, as Skip called it yesterday.
Well, I think you look at the starting pitcher yesterday and you thought the Mariners may be able to get to the young guy, but today Freeland, who is a guy that's been on a roll his last 4 starts, has given up only 2 runs. His ERA over those, of course, of that time is just a 2. So you knew they were going to be up for a tough test here this afternoon, and Freeland threw the ball extremely well. I thought Paxton threw the ball very well until that one mistake later on in the ball game. But yes, the offense was not going both yesterday and today, and they do need to pick that up.
We got LeBlanc on the mound tomorrow trying to avoid that sweep. We'll talk about him and that matchup tomorrow. Boy, you don't think teams can go in here and beat Felix and Paxton back-to-back, but that's exactly what the Rockies do as Paxton takes his 3rd loss of the year. Does get himself out of trouble, though. Boy, bases loaded after 3 singles in the 3rd inning, and he comes back, pop-up, strikeout, and he gets Arenado strikeout as well. Gets himself out of trouble. 9 Ks for Paxton, but the loss. We've got a lot to get to on Mariners postgame, presented by Alaska Airlines.